It's Friday, which is really exciting. I can tell you that for sure. I had a bad day today. I was pissed off at my disability. This is where usually I'm halfway through talking. I remember the point of the video and why I started saying these things that I started saying, and bringing it on home. I had a really bad day. I'm going into day 2 or day 3 of it, and on one of these days, it gets to a point where my hormones are so on bitch mode, it's crazy. Everything annoys me. I can't stand people. Like, my thoughts are nuts. Not like, whoo, kill you nuts. Like, I know that I know I'm being hormonal, and I'm telling myself, you're being hormonal. It's day 2 or day 3, like, PMS, basically. And I know that. And while I know that, at the same time, I'm like, but that's how I feel today. You know what I mean? And so I take deep breaths, keep myself under control, count backwards, and that's just to, you know, because it's not anybody else's fault that I have down times, you know. And what I think the most annoyed at every time it hits is the fact that it's occurring again. I hate it. And it's like hating a part of yourself. I relate to very dark subject matters when it comes to lyrics and poetry and writing, and it's not, I relate to them because I'm like, ooh, I want to be dark. I'm a very happy, bubbly person. I relate to them because I know that sense of anguish, and I know that sense of pain. And then the lyrics that are like, you know, Theory of a Dead Man, Hate My Life. I know that because I hate a part of myself, which is my disability, which I strive to get gone more than anything in the entire world. How do you love yourself when your body is broken? How do you love yourself when that's the limitation that prevents you from accomplishing the things that you want to do? I'm working on it. Do I let my disability prevent me in some immediate aspects of my life? Not what I'm doing on a big picture, but I mean in the terms of motivation, in terms of performance, in the terms of routines in life. You know, like, do I let it stand in my way where other people can't see? Maybe. That's my own personal battle that I'm trying to get over. But I try not to let it do that to me. I try to conquer and overcome, not only in the public eye, but in the private eye as well. And by private, I mean my own, like when you're alone, doing your own thing, which is new to me, you know. So I think I started the video with the idea of I work a lot, and I always feel like I'm working. I think what I'm trying to say is, so I want to get rid of something that's attached to you always that you can't get rid of. I'm looking for an answer. I write about, currently, I've already told you what else I want to write about. Well, some of it, I mean, just, you know, examples. I write about the thing that I want to get away from, but I write about it so I can get away from it. And then it impacts my daily routine, which I'd like to live a moment without, which is why I write, which is why I want to get rid of it. So, it's a circle, you know, and then in the middle of that circle, you then have to add other lives, paying bills, going into public, working, showering, getting ready. I mean, like, every aspect of your life, like, you have to work that into it. And I have to adapt. I mean, I was carrying a cup of coffee earlier, you know, and because my hands are starting to shake, and it's a fuller cup, and I didn't think about it, and I didn't plan ahead, I can't just carry it across the room, because by the time I get to my spot, half of it's going to be gone. I don't want to only pour half of a cup, because then I'm going to have to get up and I'm in pain. So I don't want to do that. And So instead, I take the cup from the microwave, set it on the counter really quickly. Not quickly, I mean, you just move, you gotta go. When you commit, you commit. And I'm working to keep that cup still while I'm committing. And then you take a break, and then you commit between the countertop and the table that you're gonna get to. And then you slide it across the table to get to the end of the table, to then pick it up, to then carry it halfway across the room, to end up spilling some of it anyways, but not as much. To putting it down on the nightstand, because I like to write when I'm in bed listening to music, and go to sit back and start writing, and then you go to pick it up to take a drink after you've done all that work, and your hand twitches, so you spill half of it anyways. Start again. That's getting a cup of coffee at where I'm staying. Every moment, every second, it's attached. I'm not saying I'm the sickest person in the entire world. I get that there are other people that have disabilities. I understand. And that's why I advocate. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Push Girls. There's a woman who is paralyzed from the waist down, and she's looking into stem cell. And then there's another girl who's been paralyzed, or who's been in a wheelchair most of her life, and she's accepted it, and she doesn't need to look for it, and she wouldn't go seek it even if it became available. And that was her opinion when I watched the show. Doesn't mean it hasn't changed, but each person gets to decide whether they want to live with it, whether they want to try to do something about it, or whether they will live with it until something comes into their world, but they won't actively pursue it. And I know I have abilities greater than others, but I know I have not as much ability as certain people. So why is it not okay for me to find what I want and am looking for in order to be happy with my physical body? And why is it that I think I know the answer to that, to how to help myself, and yet I can't get anybody to listen? Not because I'm not intelligent, but because of a piece of paper, maybe, or because I couldn't know, or because I figured out something that somebody else can't figure out who has. I don't know. So, today is not a good day. But writing, listening to music, making